안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 Amy입니다 and I'm back doing another reaction video for you. Yes, I have finally figured out my lining up camera work words, so hopefully this is a little bit better. It's one of my absolute favorite YouTubers who I have literally been watching since they pretty much started on YouTube, Mr. Daniel Howell, Dan Howell, aka used to be Dan is Not on Fire, uploaded a video a couple of days ago called Basically I'm Gay. And it goes for 45 minutes and I'm going to do a reaction to it. I have some water with me. I also have some snacks, young paring, onion rings. So let's just strap ourselves in and get into it.
Hello, Internet.
So beautiful.
Sex, secrecy, and a whole lot of internal screaming.
Oh gosh.
Starring Daniel Howell, one of the greatest mysteries of our generation. What is Dan's sexuality?
Video by Dan.
Spoiler alert, I'm not straight. Sex, the foundation of life, and the only thing we're really supposed to do. Everyone's obsessed with it, you bunch of degenerates. In the list of things that identify a person, one of the most important for other people to know is their sexuality. For if sex is the primal force propelling all of these humans forward by their hips, they have to know. Are we gonna fuck? Or like, could we? Or are you, because I'm just wondering. Now, we live in a heteronormative world, which is a long, scary word that makes people feel attacked for some reason. What it means is people are presumed to be straight. If you're not, then at some point you have to come out, which is a whole thing. Or people might just try and guess based on something you do or the way you act, because yay, stereotypes. So this is something you have to be clear on, because if you're not, how are all these other people that aren't you going to cope? But I'm pretty sure no one that knows me thinks I'm straight, so I don't really need to come out as much as just clarify what the hell is going on, as here I am, age 27, and my sexual preference is seemingly still a vague, debatable, confusing, impenetrable mystery. But why? And what is it? Well, those are some big questions. Are you sure you want to know my answers? Yes! Okay, well, if you say so, because this is a complicated and sensitive issue, and when it comes to me, boy, there is a lot to unpack here, and it is a total clusterfuck. So strap yourselves in and let me tell you a queer little story about a boy named Dan.
When I was a young boy, my father
Didn't have much time for me because my conception was clearly an accident, and he was a narcissistic, proud man suddenly inconvenienced in the prime of his life, and this emotional neglect gave me lasting problems when... Sorry, that's not all relevant right now. I was an only child for 7 years, and with working parents, this meant I had to make my own fun, so I was very imaginative and loud, which is something that my teachers used to say quite a lot, followed by, however. Here I am, age 5. Look at me. Cute, poised, sassy, turning out this photo shoot. Like, sorry, Grandma, I stunted on this set. Are you seeing this? In almost every way, I literally peaked age 5. I loved being the center of attention. People said I had an infectious happiness, that my beaming smile brought them hope and joy. People that know me are laughing right now. But a boy in the 90s being happy and generally polite acting? Sounds kinda gay if you ask me. Literally, masculinity was so fragile, people so proud and scared, and society so aggressive that a boy smiling, appearing to be empathetic, or in any way emoting was seen as a threat. How dare they laugh and feel comfortable? They must be soft and weak and girly and gay. So basically, thanks, Grandma, for raising me to be a nice child, you dick. Just kidding, that's a joke, and I told you not to watch this video because it would be rude, so if you send me a disappointed text telling me you're offended, I don't know what to tell you. Although now I think about it, you did make me go to church for 10 years, which in hindsight probably also didn't help the issue here, so... But then it was time for little Dan to go to school, and this is when it all went wrong. Because it turns out, most children, evil pieces of shit. Doesn't matter if you try to raise a happy, innocent child, throw that kid into school, aka a literal Mad Max Battle Royale with the feral offspring of your local community. Yeah, that crap will be undone in about 2 weeks. I was 6 years old, running around the playground, pretending to be Sonic the Hedgehog or something, when two brothers come up to me, aged 7 and 8, with an unexplained aggressive look in their eye, and the younger one pushes me to the ground, kicks me in the stomach, and just says, gay. This was the first time I ever heard that word. Well, I don't know what the heck gay means, but apparently it means people kick you on the floor, so that ain't good. I didn't know this child, or give them any cause to have an opinion on me, and actually, I never directly interacted with them again. What epic cluster shit of failed parenting and general culture brought this tiny child to get angry and attack someone, then call them gay for looking like they were having fun outside?
Wow.
Are you okay, 1990s? And so my relationship
then
with sexuality began.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't looking to define myself as a child, indiscriminately playing doctors and nurses with various friends until once somebody's mum walked into a room to find 3 fully naked children sat on a bed sticking sellotape to each other's butts. Yup. Which I don't recommend. Also, Jesus Christ, the poor woman that saw that. Then you get to the magic age around 10 or 11 where everybody suddenly wants to pretend they're totally a cool teenager who's doing all the drugs and the sex and the fights. Totally. Boy, gay was a really popular word back then.
Ugh, homework is gay.
Ugh, my mum's so gay.
You touched a girl. Gay.
This one little shit who I won't name was one of the school bullies, and he loved the word gay. He had it in for me, and I have no idea why. You know me, Mr. Winnie the Pooh meets Slender Man. Well, when I was 10, just Winnie the Pooh. I didn't do nothing to no one ever, and yet this guy used my pacifism as a punching bag, where any group situation was an excuse to single me out, call me gay for some reason, and then make everyone else exclude me because they were scared of him. I had a girlfriend. We dated for 6 whole weeks. We kissed in a game of Spin the Bottle once by literally sucking on each other's faces. Then she ended up dumping me over speakerphone at a birthday party that everyone in my class but me was invited to, but hey, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but at this age, I understood one thing. Being gay, whatever that meant, was clearly the worst thing you could be. On a Darwinian level, I was being told, okay bitch, survival code, don't be this apparently, evolution. Plot twist, this bully, I think he was a bit gay because once he asked me to have a sleepover at his house and I thought that was me finally getting socially accepted, only for him in the middle of the night to come up and ask me, so who's going to be the boy and the girl? I was an innocent small bean who didn't really understand what he meant because, to be honest, I didn't actually understand how babies were made yet, but needless to say, I think he was disappointed. Wow, closeted child turns into homophobic bully. Thanks again, society. But this whole primary school journey was really just an amuse-bouche for the full 6-course tasting menu of suffering that would be secondary school. I went to an all-boys school. It was a literal hellscape. I thought it was hard making it through a school of 200 kids with 2 or 3 bullies. Try over 1,000, where a clean 800 are fully psychopathic gorillas fueled by testosterone, Red Bull, and Eminem albums. Making sure the word no longer means an innocent bundle of sticks or a cigarette anymore in the British lexicon. Nope, now it was a cool homophobic slur along with gay, gaylord, gay boy, puff, puffter, ponce, batty, batty boy, bum boy, bender. Shit, this is so long. People have a lot of words for something they don't want to think about. Look at me in this stupid blazer. Oh, you'll grow into it at some point in the next 4 years. Thanks, Mum. Day 1, kid in form class, some stupid hedgehog-looking motherfucker side-eyes me and says,
What are you looking at, Puff?
First interaction at a new school. Great! My entire existence on a daily basis then becomes navigating this school like I'm in the bloody Maze Runner, trying to avoid aggressive pricks with chode ties. And you know, being verbally abused for being a nerd or a grebo at least felt relevant to me at the time. Grebo, definitely one of my faves there, and I'm sure that Korn and Slipknot would have been proud to have 12-year-old me as a fan.
Oh, he's so cute.
I kind of knew who I was in the hierarchy at that point. I was essentially a theatre kid who spent all of his free time playing RuneScape on the AOL browser on his mum's PC instead of football.
My gosh, all this 90s
But at least I wasn't actually
references.
this gay thing people kept throwing around, because by now I understood a gay is a boy who fancies other boys, and to be honest, I don't really feel like I've ever fancied anyone before. Then puberty happened. Oh yeah, this is fun. Tingly feelings. I smell bad. It's quite fun dribbling on this girl's face playing Truth or Dare. Maybe later we'll go behind the bike sheds and... There I was, sat in English class, my friend next to me. I watch as he delicately removes a pencil from its case. We briefly make eye contact as he flutters his long black eyelashes with a blink before staring forward. His eyes are so bright and beautiful, yet they seem so sad and deep with emotion. I wish I could just understand. Oh fuck, I think I'm a bit gay. You're telling me this whole time I actually have been the bad thing that people keep calling me? Shit.
Okay, I'm doing these in the chapters just so I can actually watch the entire thing and react for you guys. Just because I need to talk about that. Okay. So many things just reminded me of like my childhood. So he's 27. I'm 23 at the end of the year. But yeah, no, when I was a kid, it was all about that. Like, everyone called everything that was remotely bad gay, or those other like words. Like, I heard them all of the time. It was mainly during high school, because I led a kind of sheltered primary school young life. Being the daughter of an Anglican priest, and my friends, the people who I hung out with during primary school, were literally like the weird kids who would act out our favorite movies during recess and lunchtime. Like, that's literally what we did. We did High School Musicals, Bratz movie, all of them, starting from the beginning, choosing our characters, and we just did it. That was me. But yeah, no, that was so many things that he was saying was just like giving me flashbacks. Late 90s and early noughties, early 2000s, when I was going through school and growing up, because literally it was, everyone called everything remotely bad gay, or everyone were gay lords. It was, I never did, because like I had, my dad had friends who were two men who were in a relationship and they got married, or married, like they had like a commitment ceremony. We didn't go, but we were told that they got married when I was really young, and me being the young kind of person who kind of like had this whole thing of ideal marriage is man and woman, going through church, and that's just what I was taught and told. I was like, oh, okay, not like the, oh, like no, two men can't marry. That was, I wasn't like that. I was like, oh, cool, which one of you wore the dress? Which one of you wore the wedding dress? And they kind of just laughed, and they were like, oh, no, we both wore suits. And I was like, oh, okay. This is gonna be interesting. I mean, it wouldn't be a Dan Howell coming out video if it wasn't like over half an hour long. I'm gonna end this video here, and I will see you very, very soon with part 2, chapter 2, feelings, for the Dan Howell basically I'm gay reaction. If you liked this video, then press the like button, leave comments down below, share this on social media if you would like to. All of my social media links are down below, so go check me out, follow me, friend me on all of those. If you love Dan and have followed him and are a fan of his like I am, press this thumbs up button as well, and feel free to send it to him. Don't send it to him, because literally if he ever watches this, I'm actually just gonna die. I'm gonna die. We'll see where this leads. Kirby face. Bye.